So I'm sure you've all heard of Raggedy Ann and Andy, right? They're some of the most popular and recognizable toys in existence. Like literally everybody and their grandma has at least seen one of these things. While they were super popular toys, many people seem to forget the many adaptations these two got, including books, cartoons, a freaking stage play. Yeah, that one wasn't so good. Anyway, these characters were and still are pretty popular. And around the time these characters were beginning to become kind of a big thing, 3 animated shorts were made starring these two characters. Each of them made in the 1940s. And they're kind of forgotten about today. So in the first episode of Ruby Reviews, we're going to be taking a look at these shorts and seeing if they hold up today. Starting with
Raggedy Ann, I love you, my little Raggedy Ann.
It's the oldest cartoon on this list, predating the 1977 movie as well as the TV series from the 80s. And it was also the first ever big screen appearance of both of these characters, so that's pretty cool. And it was also made by Fleischer Studios, who made a lot of really awesome stuff like the Superman serials, and they even made a few Popeye shorts. Anyway, onto the short. So we begin by seeing this little girl going into a toy store wanting to buy a Raggedy Ann doll that's in front of the window. But before she could buy it, the shopkeeper then starts telling the story of why they can never be separated, which is when we enter Ragland. Kinda weird, but okay. We then see the dolls get made, and as they wake up they realize that they don't have a name. So then they go out in town to search for one. Yes, this actually happens. This is so fucking weird. And then they run into the camel with the wrinkled knees, who you might actually recognize from the movie. But he's brown in this for some reason. Again, I don't know if that's just because the print is bad or because they... I don't know. So, for whatever reason, the camel needs refueling, and Raggedy Andy runs off into this other female doll, whose name we find out later is
Archita, Amita, Conchita, Bebita, Pepita, Rosita.
And Raggedy Ann is sad because, well, you'll find out later. It's fine. It's fine. Anyways, Ann arrives at the Castle of Names, while Andy's doing off whatever with this unnamed doll that I mentioned earlier. And somehow Ann randomly just gets sick when they get inside the castle. So then Andy then gets dumped by this girl because he doesn't have a name, which is, I don't know, kind of funny. So Andy finally arrives at the castle and they finally get their names. Ann is magically cured somehow, and they so if you read the book or seen any other material with these two, you would know that Raggedy Ann and Andy are siblings. They're brother and sister. That's just how it's always been in every piece of media. Well, in this short, for some reason, they were made into a couple, which is why they were stitched together. I don't really know why they did this. I couldn't find any explanation, but whatever. So in the end, the little girl gets both dolls and walks away, and short ends. The end. That's it. So that was pretty weird. The short is okay. I mean, Fleischer Studios is kind of known for high quality stuff, so this isn't bad per se, but it's just weird. Like, I don't know why they had to make them a couple. It just makes it, ugh, I don't like it. Anyways, let's go to the next short. So this short was a part of the Novel Tunes series, something akin to Merry Melodies with a bunch of shorts, each focusing on a different character or plot. Though, unlike Merry Melodies, these aren't really musical. They're just kind of, I guess, a way for Paramount to release a bunch of shorts together. I don't know. So anyways, this short starts off with a girl named Nancy who has some kind of unspecified mysterious sickness, which is never said what it is. But apparently being in the sun can make her better, so yeah, again, I don't know what this sickness could be. So Raggedy Ann and the other toys decide to send Ann up into the sky to talk to the sun and ask him to shine some light on Nancy. The sun says that, well, he can't really do much and that Ann should ask some clouds to move. And the cloud is, well, you see it, don't you? Do I really need to explain why this is bad? Yeah, let's move on to the next scene. The cloud basically just says that he can't move until Mr. Breezy, which kind of sounds like a vacuum, blows him away. And then Mr. Breezy says he can't do anything until the snow melts. And then they need to go to yet another person to try and melt the snow so the cloud can move and the sun can shine. Jesus. So then Ann visits this guy, Zero, not related to this Zero. And he's just a huge asshole about it. Like, geez man, winter has 2 weeks to go, but oh no, we gotta stay true to the tradition. Tell me, have you seen a winter season with constant snow every day up until the last day of winter? Didn't think so. Even if you live in, like, I don't know, Antarctica or something. I'm pretty sure they don't get snow every day, but I don't know. I'm not a freaking weatherologist. So yeah, in the end, the snow melts and the girl is just magically cured from this mysterious illness. So yeah, that was Suddenly It's Spring. Pretty good short overall, except for the racist stuff, of course. I don't really know why they had to put that in there. Though it probably didn't need to be 10 minutes long. This is the longest short that we've seen. So let's see if the next Novel Tunes short is better than this one. The last theatrical short featuring Raggedy Ann and also the last Novel Tunes short with the character is 1947's The Enchanted Square. And just a warning everyone, it's pretty sad. So we begin with a shot of Raggedy Ann doll in the garbage. Already kind of interesting. So a policeman picks her up and gives the doll to a blind girl named Billy. Also, like, trying to flirt with their mom. It's kind of weird, but yeah, alright. And then Billy is like feeling around Ann's face and they play that sad music. Gets you in the feels, man. I don't know. Anyway, Billy uses her imagination to see how Raggedy Ann looks and somehow she gets it perfectly right. Like 100%. And also using her imagination, she then makes up how she thinks the block that she lives on looks like. A bunch of weird looking castles and other things like that. They go on a duck train and get ice cream tickets and then go to a bunch of giant organ pipes. Then they go to a Ferris wheel and a parade with all these dopey looking floats, and then they dance on a giant piano, and then the really sad scene comes up.
You know, Raggedy Ann, I've never seen my mother's face. Billy! Billy! Oh, Mother! Get over here. Raggedy Ann brought me.
So after Billy's mom finds her and takes her home, the cartoon ends. And those were all the Raggedy Ann shorts. There was a ton of other oddities I didn't begin to touch on, such as the stage adaptation or the movie, which is actually like pretty good. But I think that these 3 shorts, despite their flaws, have a place in the history of Raggedy Ann and should be recognized as such. But for now, that's it for this video, so like and subscribe if you want to see more. And this is, for the first time, Ruby signing off. Bye!